Hey guys, Nick is driving us over to the movie theater right now, and we are going to be seeing the Red One movie with The Rock. I have high hopes because The Rock movies are some of my favorite. What about you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alright, we're going to bring you guys as far as we can until we have to shut off our phones in the theaters, and then we're going to review the movie with you after. We just made it home from the movies, and it is time for us to give you our review of The Red One. So I feel like you usually can't go wrong with The Rock. And if you don't know who The Rock is, that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And he does a lot of action movies, as well as a couple younger movies like Tooth Fairy movie and Game Plan, which is one of my childhood favorites. But I also really like his action movies. Do you think he did a good job in this one?
Oh yeah, I think he did a really good job with that role. I couldn't imagine someone else doing his role in that movie. I think my favorite scene with him was when we got, instead of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we got Dwayne "The Pebble" Johnson during the fighting scenes. And when you see in the movie, you'll know what I mean when I say that.
That was an unexpected scene. I died laughing when Nick called him a pebble during that scene.
It was never explained how or why he was able to shrink and grow in size on command, but I thought that was really funny when that happened, because I was like, oh.
I thought it was funny too. And speaking of like the magic and superpowers that the movie had, they also had a lot of fun characters, which I really liked. In particular, I loved the CGI reindeers. They were so cute. What was one of your favorite characters the movie had?
I think that it's still the little elves that they had running on everywhere that looked like little Dobbies. I don't know why. I just thought that was so funny for some reason, and I really liked that they went with that artistic choice to make them look that way instead of like the standard typical Christmas elf that you might see in other Christmas movies. They went with a completely different direction with the art style on them, and I thought that was kind of cool.
And I also really liked the talking polar bear because he reminded me a lot of the Coca-Cola polar bear from the commercials and the one that's on the ads on the old-fashioned bottles.
Yeah, you don't see that much anymore.
And I also thought it was really interesting that one of the main characters during the entire movie, a guy who had been on the naughty list his entire life, was named Jack, because it reminded me a lot about Jack Frost and how Jack Frost can play like a little bit of a nemesis in other movies in the past that involve Santa, like for example in the Santa Claus. So I thought that that was a little Easter egg or Santa egg that they had put in there for us to find.
Now that you mentioned that, that's actually kind of interesting. I do wonder if that was intentional to choose the name Jack just because he was, kind of an antagonist-protagonist character. So something interesting that I thought was kind of funny was when they went to Germany later in the film and they were interacting with what was basically Santa's evil twin brother, Krampus. And I just thought it was interesting because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of folklore in other countries around Santa and Christmas, kind of like a Grimm's fairy tale version of Santa Claus that exists out there, where he is kind of a creepy figure that shows up at night in your house and is not like necessarily jolly. So I think it's really interesting that they kind of made a nod towards that existing in other countries by having them go and having there be this whole separate side of Christmas that was taking place.
And I was really surprised when Nick told me about this because I've never heard of Krampus before in my entire life. Santa Claus was always taught to me as being a good guy who brings you presents when you're a little kid and being like really jolly and fun and sweet. And so for me, I was like, what is this Krampus guy? So I'm probably gonna look that up a little more after this because I'm really curious now to learn about that cultural piece for other countries' perspective on what Santa is really like. All right, so overall, what would you rate the Red One movie?
I feel like I really enjoyed it. It had a good mixture of action and comedy. It's definitely like very family friendly, which I appreciated. Like they had some scary scenes in there for sure, I think for younger kids, but it was still very, I think, watchable as a family film. They did a good job of making it entertaining for adults too, while not going too far. I would give it probably 5 stars in terms of a Christmas movie. However, it was lacking one very important detail, which I think makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie, and that is a scene where at the end we have Santa and his sleigh flying in front of the moon. That was not in the movie. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna take off 1 star for no Santa and his reindeer silhouetting or flying by the moon at the end of the movie. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars.
Only 4 stars, wow.
Yeah.
I liked the movie a lot, and I thought that it was very unique to have a Christmas action movie opposed to like a Hallmarky Disney Christmas movie for a change. So I would rate the uniqueness of the movie, and plus The Rock, who I really like as an actor, put together, and say that the movie is like an 8.
An 8. We're doing different scales. So you give it an 8 out of 10. I give it 4 out of 5 stars, which...
Oh, that's like the
that's
same
the same
rating.
score.
I didn't realize he was doing 4 out of 5.
Yeah. So overall, I think we can give that movie 2 thumbs up. A seal of approval from us. And I highly recommend anyone out there who hasn't seen it yet to go check it out.
Same. And with that being said, thanks for watching our vlog, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.